Shalom. This Shabbat, we begin the weekly cycle of the reading of the Torah. We start with Genesis, Bereishit. And in 1 year, we will complete the 5 books of Moses. The beauty of the Torah is that no matter how often you read it, you will always find something to help guide us through life. This week, I'm overwhelmed by the power and the beauty of the words in the 2nd chapter of Bereishit, where it says, Vayomer Adonai Elohim, and the Lord God said, Lo tov heyot ha'adam levado. It is not good that the man should be alone. E'eseh lo ezer kenegdo. I will make from him a helpmate. Of course, as we all know, this is the beginning of the story of the creation of Eve. But I see the Torah, especially Genesis, as more than just an origin story of how human beings were created. I see the Torah not as a communicator of science, biology, history, but a guide to understanding life and the human condition. Not how things came into being, but why and how to approach one's life. And here, I approach this passage less about how Eve was created and more about what it teaches us about life. I'm very fascinated by the words, Lo tov heyot ha'adam levado. It is not good for the man to be alone. That's God's first statement about us, about humanity. We were created by God to need companions, to desire friends, and seek partners in life. We were not created to be alone. We have to be careful about confusing loneliness and solitude. Solitude is peaceful. Solitude is restorative. Loneliness is painful and draining. As someone once put it, solitude is the richness of self, but loneliness is the poverty of self. We may sometimes crave solitude, but we cannot survive loneliness. Mother Teresa is right. The most terrible poverty is loneliness. We are meant to be in the company of others. People who will listen to us when we are struggling, share with us in our joy, and stand with us when we are afraid. It is not good for the man to be alone. My friends, it is not good for anyone to be alone. This week, whether it is at a coffee shop, someone on the street who looks lonely, or someone sitting by themselves at services, offer them a smile. Say hello. Ask them if you could sit with them in the pew. More and more caregivers in the health community are sounding the alarm that there is a loneliness epidemic, not just in the elderly population, but soaring rates among the middle-aged and especially the young. The words of the Torah this week are as important as ever. It is not good to be alone. We need to be in the company of others. Let us reach out and bring gladness to those who sit alone in the dark, those desiring not that peacefulness of solitude, but those who are struggling with the pain of loneliness. We should not be alone. They should not be alone. Shabbat Shalom.